What's up, guys? I'm here with my boy, Big Boy from Strength Cartel. It's about to go down today. Epic, epic, epic. So we're shooting for 765. Him and Hack is gonna go in today. We're just gonna have a crazy bench session. We're here at Threshold in, what's this, Ontario, California?
Ontario, yeah.
In Ontario, California. And we're gonna eat some pupusas afterwards. Did I say that right? It sounded kind of weird saying that.
Nah, you're straight.
Yeah. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Pupusas. So, guys. Pupusa. So that's what we're gonna eat today after this bench session.
How many you got, 50?
I'm gonna eat 50 of them. I'm gonna break a record eating pupusas.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, stay tuned, guys. We're about to get it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, when you're with the homies, you gotta bench kilos. So, pre-lift meal, we have a Costa Rican breakfast. Check this out.
It's chicken, avocado, and some fruits.
Oh yeah, it's called Guayo Pinto.
Yes,
Gallo
Pinto.
It's a Costa Rican breakfast. So that's what my pre-lift meal is gonna be. So I'll let you guys know how it's gonna taste. Looks flavorful. Let's try this rice out. Wow, it's good. So we have rice and beans with avocado. The chicken in here is rotisserie chicken inside this omelet. You know, you gotta eat big when you lift big. Again, we have toast, avocado, like an 8-egg omelet, rice and beans. This is a Costa Rican breakfast. It's flavorful, it's amazing. How long would it take you to climb that up there?
I get up that in less than 15 minutes.
You can get up that in 15 minutes. Listen, guys, he's a different kind of athlete then. I mean, he's just different. Because, a hill like that, mountain hill, whatever you want to call it, guys, I'm packing my lunch ×2. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? We are on our way to the gym. It's a powerlifting gym. So we're gonna get some good work in today. Projected 765. We'll see how that feels. Been having a little shoulder irritation. But, you know, it is what it is. It's part of it, man. You don't just get to this point unscathed with no, minor injuries and things like that. But that's why we really focus on taking care of the body and allowing the body to recover properly and things like that. So, stay tuned. What's up? We're here. Let's go. Yeah, when you're with the homies, you gotta bench kilos. Let's go. Big dog, let me stand on here. Look on your side. Let's go, right? What's up, man?
How you feeling?
Good. I've been having a little irritation in my shoulder, but it is what it is, man.
You bench 800 pounds on me.
Yeah, I know it. You're doing those static holds.
Yeah, I seen that.
It just puts a lot of pressure, a lot of tension on my joints and stuff.
I remember doing a static hold with just 675. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
800. Oh shit.
Get used to it. It's crazy, man.
I seen back in the day photo where you go pin presses with 810. You see that?
And he would do pin presses with 810?
810.
Like press up against it with 810?
No, have it.
Oh, just okay. I got you. Kind of like locking out with 810.
Yeah, lockout pin presses with 810.
Well, I work up to maybe sometimes like 650, and actually do like isometric like pin presses, like hand pressing against the pins also. So like it's dangerous. It's crazy dangerous.
This is Anthony right here, the owner of the gym.
Hey, what's going on, Anthony, man? Pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah, same here, man. I hear a lot of things about you, dude.
I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good.
know, some good, some bad.
Yeah, well,
Some bad shit, but you know what I mean? I don't believe in them.
yeah. No, it's all good.
Yeah. What are you hitting today? What are you hitting today?
We're gonna shoot for 765.
Okay.
It all depends. So like for me, it all depends on how it goes as I'm warming up.
Okay.
Due to like flights and just typically, whenever I go this heavy, I'm resting up like 4 or 5 days before I even do anything like that.
Yeah.
Just allow my body to kind of like adapt and
Mental too.
mental. But we've been running ever since the beginning. All over the place. Listen, my deadlift or my squat isn't where it should be either, though. So
It's all good. It's all good. The bench makes up for it, bro.
oh, absolutely.
The bench makes up for it.
Yeah,
I think if you still did a comp, you get well over 2,000.
Oh yeah. So in every lift, I'm 730 plus, easy. I could go full 730. I could squat 730 at any given time, 730 or more.
So you're looking at 2,200.
Yeah, 2,200. Josh said if I had anywhere from 10 to 15 weeks, if I just began a program, he said my squat would definitely be over 9.
Yeah, you got it. Dome shot. Big one. I need a big one today.
So we got some real strong lifters today. You know, at my peak I was, what I do, 450 on the squat, 450 on the bench, 600 on the squat, and 710 on the deadlift. So today I don't lift like that anymore, but I'm gonna try to put up some heavy weight on the bench. So let's try not to be embarrassed too bad.
It's just different angles, and sometimes it looks silly, but I feel that like I'm really getting the blood flow that I need, like really warming up the muscles that are needed for a bench press. This is something that, like I said, I've introduced over the past 6 weeks, and I just feel better. I was having a lot of clicking in my elbows before, whenever I was coming to the gym, warming up, just jumping straight to the bar or with 135. Like I told Hack, I just never felt like I was properly warmed up. So I used to do bands, but it's just easier to do higher reps, lightweight, a couple rounds. And the difference is each round has a different angle. So, for example, it's the normal tricep extension that's coming down, and on the second round, I'm gonna come out. Let's hit a nice 25. It'll be more in, and then I just rotate. Go from a lat pull down, a seated row, and maybe some dumbbell presses. Y'all don't have to do this.
I want to do
That's
it.
the stuff that I do. So we'll get started with set up a circuit, and we'll just rotate.
And this was crazy.
Yeah. You come higher up on the chest. Almost like a face pull. Let's get your biceps burning. I mean, we'll do different angles. We'll go to the chest, and we'll just kind of come down straight in front of us again. So we're almost like a pull down, almost like a lat pull down.
Oh yeah, I did a lat pull down.
What's the purpose? Why you do this? Is they saying so you get some pump in your back?
So when you see an athlete, like for track, for example, when you see somebody warming up, going through the procedure of track, what do you see them do first? Like a sprinter, they don't just go and just hit the track and just sprint.
No.
So basically, they do the small things to warm the muscles up that are going to be needed to fire, right?
Sure.
So first of all, they're on the ground stretching.
Right.
Then you might see them doing knee highs or whatever the case may be before they go into the actual range of motion that they're going to be doing. You know, so. You all right? Round two?
Yeah, round
Let's
two.
go.
You've been helping go 2.5?
Why do you keep chasing at that body weight? Why don't you try to crack under 308?
If he cracked under 308, this guy would be nothing. This guy would be...
Oh yeah, I'll wither away for sure. So
I can't even picture you. What are you weighing in right now?
440, 84.
So you're
I'm lighter than I was before.
You told me you're 420.
No, then?
Yeah. When you tried the 800, how much were you then?
No, I was 464.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I was 464. I just recently lost weight. So I went from 464 back down to 435, and now I'm back up coming into this. It's gonna get interesting. So I know I'm stronger than I was before.
Lighter,
Lighter. So
it's the first. Well, I don't want to say the first time, but first time in a long time, I'm the lighter guy. You know what I mean? I'm usually got 100 pounds on everybody.
hey, but he can get on a skateboard and do stuff that I can't even fathom doing. I was like, big boy's doing it.
You can do it.
I need to go try it. So whenever I go out to Cali, we can do it together. Like we can get on some skateboards and do some tricks together. Do it. And I woke up. So in here too, we're really gonna focus on the contraction, especially with any kind of pulling movement. Like focus on loading your back.
But I wouldn't.
'Cause that's the main thing is I want my back to be completely warmed up. I want my stabilizers to be firing. So there's no mishaps at all.
You do a lot of those scapular movements?
Yeah, I do a lot of scapular movement. I quadruple up. So every push movement I have 4 pull movements. So I hit back every single day. I'm doing some type of back variation.
What's your goal?
Every single day.
You gotta have that strong back.
You gotta have a strong back. You gotta have a launching pad for the bench. So, and it's basically all it is to stabilize. That's how you stabilize the weight. When you have when the weight is more stable, the movement is more fluent. You have more leverage, right? Because if you're all over the place, you can't. You know what I mean? That's why.
That makes sense.
That's why I never could do like geared lifting, is because it's really tough. It's just hard to stay stable.
Yeah.
Period.
It just looks ugly.
It's shit. Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm here to tell you today, I'm about to bench 60 pounds over your 1 rep max.
Horrible. Woo! You get used to it. Like I look forward to doing this pre-work before I even go into benching. So, and that's one thing that I did. I've learned through, like, now that I switched coaches, I just started training with Matt Wing. And he just has a different approach on how he attacks his program. And that's what I'm implementing this work for me, so it feels great. Yeah, but it's like, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, thank you. Being big, your setup is probably different than mine or Hacks or...
It's a little bit. I mean, I still slide up the bar and set up that way, but for the most part, the biggest thing is just making sure that I'm on a bench where my back aligns with the pad. Because if it's any other thin pad, I'm always
moving.
Unstable.
No, this one feels pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. Everything in you should be pressing against the bench. Your head, your chest, everything.
It's like a pigeon though, you know how the pigeon...
Yeah. So drive like that. As you're coming down, drive your heels to the ground. There you go, right there. Head on the bench.
Come on, pigeon.
There you go. That looks a lot better already.
So the whole thought process behind it, when you drive your heels, you're almost thinking you want to drive yourself up the bench. You want to drive yourself all the way up the bench. That's what you're thinking. It's not going to happen, but that's what you want is to drive your heels into the ground for that leg drive to transfer from your quads through your core, exerting through here. So that's where I think things got a little bit interesting with me when I changed my technique as far as leg drive, is it just helped generate more explosivity. So from driving from my heels, through my quads, exerting through here. But it's almost like, like you're trying to drive yourself up the bench.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So for me, like, there was like one day where it just clicked for leg drive. Did that happen to you at all?
Yeah, it was just from practicing it over and over again. So for the first 4 or 5 months after I changed it, it was just uncomfortable, but I did it anyway. But then the way I adapted to those leverages, I started to feel different and it just clicked. But that's for me, like breaking it down like a playbook, like watching my videos, video after video, and just seeing where I'm messing up at, because I used to have a problem with my feet sliding out from underneath me. And as soon as that foot slid, I'm already unstable. So by me keeping my feet behind my knees and keeping my feet to the ground, using that leverage, I stay tighter, right? So that's the whole point, is everything should be tight. From your feet to your quads, to your core, your back, even your grip strength, everything should be tight. So once one of those things breaks down, then you have it's just like a weakness in a chain, you know? Something else is gonna break down. So a lot of times, that's why we when we're locking out and the load, it seems a bit on the higher side, we have a breakdown of form because something gives out first. You lose tightness somewhere, whether a foot slips, you flare your elbows out, or something like that, you know? So that's just breaking it down over, just thinking like, how can I get better? How can I get better? Just like anything else. Right? Yep, Reds? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, when you're with the homies, you gotta bench kilos.
We're pushing kilos is what they call it. Pushing kilos is what they call it.
We got Jackson Tate here. He's ready his first time lifting kilo plates. He swears he's strong. He can climb mountains in 30 minutes. We're about to see what's up. Being in the powerlifting community, what do you think like the biggest part of your aspect of your training is? Like eating, recovery, like what do you spend more time on? There's always something that each one of us like that we more gravitate to. So eating, sleeping.
Quarantine has probably been one of the best things.
Oh yeah. Help you actually rest your body.
Yeah.
I would say like competing wise, rest. How much rest can you get? And then I think confidence, right? Like
that's a big one.
Knowing that you hit close or your numbers, you're gonna hit the comp.
Yeah.
And if you know how it is, like if you miss one,
so right before that 800, I missed 790.
I remember that.
I missed 790 and I was tore up.
Yeah.
But I know that it was there, but it just, new gym, new atmosphere, and I just felt like, you know, the inconsistency in my training. But so this time we're gonna work up towards something crazy before we get to that 800. So
It's that confidence, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It means it's everything. Yeah, like you were doing at the bottom of the lift when the bar is on your chest, drive them heels through the floor. You're not gonna drive them through the floor. That's the thought process. You want to push your heels down. Everything else is solid. So when you're doing that pause at the bottom, I mean, you should really fire off using driving your heels through the floor. Okay. And that should transition all the way up, exerting through here. So while we're working up, we're just basically working on each other's form just to kind of look at it, critique it. And that's what this community is about, is making each other better. Like, we're not here competing against one another. We're just here trying to better one another, motivate and inspire one another. And part of that is just being able to help when you see a need, try to help fix it, you know? So, yeah, it's a lot better. A lot better. Yep. How's it feel keeping your head down?
A lot better.
Yeah. So one thing too you can try to is maybe spread your spread your legs out a little more, because your legs are so narrow. You're not allowing yourself to. You're not expanding your the center of gravity. So you want to have your legs out to be able to stabilize even more. When they're closer together, your arms are wider than your legs are. So you kind of want to have that medium where is that how yours is? Or your feet
actually, I noticed this recently that like my feet have been getting a lot more narrow.
do you feel more stable doing that?
Not really. I'm gonna try like
Gradually move in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually focus on that today.
They would say like your foot placement should. I mean, this is my understanding of what I believe in. Your foot placement should be either hand width apart or a little further in.
Yeah.
Give or take, inch in or inch out, but somewhere in that vicinity. It just seems like whenever your feet are closer together, when you shift here, there's nothing down here that's gonna really support it. Your legs are more narrow, arms are wider. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
No, it does, yeah.
I think it's maybe Eric Thomas. It says, I absolutely value, I value loyalty over love. Yeah. You can love somebody and do something jacked up, but loyal people stick to the cause no matter what. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
So this looks good right here, Julius?
Yeah.
My feet? What do you think?
let's see. Move your feet up just a tad bit.
This way?
No, up towards me.
Turn the forward a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Right here?
Now push yourself down. Yeah, push yourself down. Right there.
Okay.
No. There you go. Right. This is what we need right here. Your legs should already be tight. Yeah, already driving to an extent before you get started. This should already be tight. There you go. Drop. There you go. Drop. Drop. There you go. Do a playback later and watch how that the first and second rep, you hit that leg drop, it drove you up, it moved you up the bench.
Move me up a little bit.
So when that weight is heavy enough,
I feel that shit now.
yeah,
Dang.
that's what I'm saying. So when the weight's heavy enough, it's not gonna move. But the energy's gonna go through here and not move up the bench. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
So, yeah, I just wanna make sure I'm being clear. If you have any questions or whatever.
We're gonna fill it.
Yeah. So he's a beginner. We're just trying to teach him. Yeah, he can't stand it. Come on, you got it. There you go. That was a lot. The setup alone was a lot better, 10 times better than.
Right now you're almost like pushing up near the floor. Drop your heels down and try and push towards me.
Drive yourself up the bridge.
I ain't felt that much weight in a long time.
That's pretty solid. What is that? 255?
I don't go over
265.
225 on this shit.
That was 265. Damn. You know how kilos are, they're tricky. Like, especially
That's why I just say 225. I just keep it like pounds.
yeah.
2 plates, 225, you know?
When I first started using kilo plates, I was in, like, there were 3 of them on, and I'm like, this don't feel like 315 at all. They're like, yeah, they're kilograms, like they're totally different. Like this is actually like 390.
Good.
All day.
Drive them heels. At the bottom.
Nicely.
Boom.
Good.
Drive them. There you go. Okay. Keep that bar path as straight as possible. Okay. You know, so what do you think about bar path? Some people will say,
I come down straight. And
yeah.
I almost like when it gets really heavy, I'll come closer to my head first. And then I'll go.
See, what I've learned, I mean, for me, is when the load is a lot upwards towards my work rate max, it's easier to drive it back up towards my face, right? So whenever you're coming from here and the weight seems to stick, you just start to gradually drive it back up towards your face. It's all like the exaggerated J's, what they call it. But I think too, that's for experience, that where you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not just where you're trying to guess or you're just starting to implement it. You want to kind of gradually learn how to drive back up towards your face. That does come from years.
It's really hard for a beginner to conceptualize.
Yeah. Everything's solid.